The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, go down. 53, ready.
Play action. Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. On the crossing route, complete. That's McCoy. A big play there for the Bengals. 46 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. Well, hold on to that football, young man. It's the first NFL touchdown catch for DJ Chark. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
Here's Taiwan Jones on the return. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Detroit!
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of... Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Wait a second, they did not accept that after the incompletion.
Here we go.
Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's 3 yards. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Vinny Curry in there to get him for a loss of 5.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the 50, Stafford. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, there, it's silly that leads to a play action sack. Give them 11 yards that time on the return, and the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. First carry for James Conner. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Here's Rudolph. And Tate's got it. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the 1st. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Rudolph. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Rudolph looking to throw it. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to the air, Rudolph. And Selleck here, left side. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. They'll fake it. Now Rudolph. We just saw the first NFL touchdown pass for Mason Rudolph as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense too.
That's a great point because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
22. Hey. Tag 50. Tag 50. 50.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Give him 30 yards there.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Crutch. Hey, 58 is down. 58 is down. Go here. Back.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now it's Stafford. And he lost 6 there on the first down play.
Hey, tag 50 left. Jumbo. Trips right. 21. And 4 down, tag 53.
To throw on second down is Stafford. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Marcel Darius in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays.
Tag 50. Watch the slant.
Third and long. It's Stafford. He's going to go for a big play downfield. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
On the final play of this first quarter. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Yeah, 4 down, tag 53. 36.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's Stafford now on second down. And left side here, it's Graham. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
To throw on second down. Stafford. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Hey, go here. 22. Hey, 70. Hey, go here. 4 down. Tag 53.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground, and the Ravens have got it. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It was Desmond Trufant right there, step for step in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Demario Davis there on the stop.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Ravens on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Rudolph. The Bengals pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carl Lawson coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
On second down, McCaffrey. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Hey, tag 50 left. Tag 55. Hey, tag 32. Tag 32.
From his end zone, Stafford on 3rd and long. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen. I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Here comes a first down throw from Rudolph. On the left side, this is Stills. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Shotgun snap for Rudolph. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now it's Rudolph. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Ray Malaluga. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. After the interception, here's Stafford. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Pitching it out to McCaffrey. And he's into the clear. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey, 22! Hey!
2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this.
58 is down. 58 is down.
Looking to throw on second down. Stafford, he's going to air one out. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
4 down, tag 53.
On 3rd down, Stafford. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Jones on the return. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Tate. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now Rudolph on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And Stills bringing it in. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Hurry up, here we go.
on first down. Murray. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Now let's go. Blue line it. Blue line.
Here's Rudolph now on second down. He hits Baldwin right side. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. From the red zone now, Rudolph. Being chased out left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They go play action here on first down. It's brought in left side by Tate. And now running right through him. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On first down, Rudolph. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. And now it's second down. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
Gone, 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 gone.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Now Rudolph. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Right. Back 50, back 50. Like.
On first down, Stafford here. Flushed out right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Big 20. 22. 4 down, 4 down.
On first and 10, Stafford. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Vinny Curry in there to get him for his second sack of the night.
32. Yeah, 4 down, tag 53. Set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
To throw on second down. Stafford, it's caught outright by Graham. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there.
11. Mike 5'9", 22.
To throw on third down, Stafford. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. With that offense, you're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe
Super toe.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10. On second and 10, Rudolph. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to the air, Rudolph. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Rudolph now to throw. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. So that's 3 field goals for him now, but heck, he's not even halfway to his career best of 7.
Seems like the 7 field goal games are the kind of games I always get assigned to at my other job. Let's hope for this offense's sake they can start cashing in on a few of these drives.
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius brings him down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Stay 50. Hey, I need one. Hey.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Middle, let's go. Go here. 4 down, tag 53. Hey.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Go here.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27. Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arms saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice gain.
21. Tag 26. Hey, 5-0.
On first down, it's Stafford. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hey, takes 2 right there.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Under 10, 10. Hey, take two. Two of those three. Two. 50.
From the red zone now, Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Rudolph on first down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
One of the great coaches said football's really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Gone.
2nd and 10, Rudolph again. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Tate. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go now. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's going to have to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, here's Rudolph. Staying on his feet. Throwing left side, he's got Gronk, complete. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Here's Rudolph off play action. This is caught. Gronkowski. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Rob Gronkowski, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. The Ravens just 1 for 3 last year on 2-point conversion attempts. And they'll try one here. Rudolph throwing again. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. And
he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. Stafford now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. T.J. Watt in there to drop him the 7th time tonight. He's gone down.
Hey, 22! Hey, take 2. 2 of those 3. 2. Get him!
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also